Good morning, everybody. It's my pleasure to introduce to you today our second speaker in our speaker series, World Perspectives, Ranji Singh. Ranji is the founder of the Upper Canada Satsang and also the Ranji Singh Foundation, which is a registered charity noted for the annual Caribbean and South Asian Showcase in Newmarket. And many of you might have seen that down by Riverwalk Commons. So that's Ranji's organization that brings that festival to us. And he holds master's degrees in management and in business administration. He was a certified project management professional and is accomplished in both the private and nonprofit sectors. Ranji's personal mission is to leave the world a better place, and he dedicates much of his time to voluntary leadership roles. He's a former president of Girls Incorporated of York Region, formerly known as Big Sisters of York Region. He's a volunteer spiritual care advisor, a spokesman for South Lake Regional Healthcare Centre Foundation, and he lives here in Newmarket. So please give him a warm welcome, and here's Ranji Singh.
Thank you very much, Julia. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Paradox. Do you understand paradox? That's what that is. And all it takes for you to understand the other side of the argument, the other person's conversation, how do we put ourselves in the other person's shoes? We think of paradox. Because all it takes is for us to step from behind that post that's blocking our view of a beautiful scenery that we were not observing before. What stands out for me in my mind, living at the ashram through those high school years, is the impression that my guru has had on me. In fact, on some evenings and on weekends, I was fortunate enough to have accompanied him when he went to meet with farmers. And the key purpose of his meeting with farmers, well, he was meeting with farmers as he was seeking students for the school. He was running a primary school as well as a high school. But one of the key things when he went to the farmers was he was seeking out the farmers who had young daughters. And he will encourage them to send their girls to school. Because in the villages in Guyana at that time, it was very commonplace that girls will be taken out of school as soon as they reach their teens. They will be taken out to assist with the siblings or to be prepared for marriage. And so he will go to the farmers and impress upon them the importance of their girls going to school. And there were many scholarships that were offered to the girls, either because of their academic attributes or because of the family's ability to pay. That was one of the most significant impressions on my life, that many years later, and I never really connected the dots, but I don't know if it were destiny, but many, many years later, I will become the president of a nonprofit agency in Newmarket whose mission was to empower all girls to be strong, smart, and bold. Must be destiny. In 1968, when I became a field supervisor, I myself worked at the sugarcane in the sugarcane fields as a field supervisor. My first paycheck, my very first paycheck, and then when you were salaried, you were up there, and you were paid once every month. So I was there. So my first paycheck, which I received at the end of my first month, I took that envelope, and it would be an envelope with cash in it. I took it home and gave it to my mother. And of course, you know, in my head, that envelope was already spent because I had plans for that money. Took it home and I gave it to my mother. And this, what my mother did there, pretty well defined a lot of the decisions that I will make from then on. Because my mother said to me, she said, your paycheck, you can do whatever you wish to do with your paycheck. Just spend it wisely. But this one, you will donate this to the ashram. Every penny was donated. So into the second month of my employment, I didn't have spending money. But when I think back about what my mom did with that paycheck, I often wonder, why is it that I've never been hungry? So even though I parted with that check, my plate was always full, and I'm very thankful for it. So I hope you've found things within my talk that you'll be able to understand when I started by saying, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. I'm very thankful for my journey in life to this point. Thank you very much.